Hey, it's Sam, and today is the final episode of the BeyBlade type lesson series. So this is BeyBlade lesson number 2.4, and today we will be taking a look at balance types. What are balance types? Balance types, as the name suggests, are a balance in between two or more types. So that's attack, defense, stamina. It can be a balance between two or more of any of those. So let's just start, as always, by battling them against all the other types. First up, balance versus attack. It's time for Galaxy Pegasus versus Thermal Lacerta. 3, 2, 1, let it rip! Oh, and a quick knockout! Galaxy Pegasus takes the win. Very quick battle, very exciting. Next up, defense versus balance. Rock Ares versus Dark Gasher. Dark Gasher quick to make the hits. Oh! Saved by the wall. Another near knockout. Oh! Rock Ares goes for the knockout. Dark Gasher wins that one. Now time for a rematch from the last episode. Flame Sagittario versus Dark Gasher. Last time, Dark Gasher won. Let's see who will win this time. 3, 2, 1, let it rip. Oh! Sagittarius taking the hit. Oh, and it's another knockout! 3 battles in a knockout in a row. Now to discuss what kind of parts you should put in your balance type combo. Before we do this, I would like to clarify. Balance types are balance types, so usually they have no advantages or disadvantages. That's why the outcomes of battles can vary so much. Balance types are kind of like a blader's canvas. It depends on really what you want to do. All I can give you are guidelines on how to achieve certain things you may want to achieve. So let's start with the top as always. Faceball. If you want to increase your attack and defense, definitely go for a metal faceball. If you want to increase your stamina, a plastic faceball would be the better option. The energy ring. Energy rings, the main importance of them is their aerodynamicness and their weight. If you want to increase your attack and defense, go for a heavy one. If you want to increase your stamina, make sure it is aerodynamic and light. Very similar tips. The fusion wheel. There are some fusion wheels that I like to use in specific. I like to have a very gimmicked balance type. Balance types that modes can change in the middle of battle. So here's Flame. It's a gimmick. This is attack mode. And there's stamina type mode. So you can change modes in between battles. And I think that's pretty cool for a balance type, because that way you can be versatile. There's also things like the L-Dragon ones that come with 2 parts and you can stack them on top of each other. Now for the spin track. For versatility, I really like the change height 120. It can actually change height from 12.5 millimeters to 13.5 millimeters, I believe. So that's pretty cool for versatility. But again, if you want to add defense, go for a heavy one like Gravity Ball, or if you want to add attack, maybe a low one. It's all depending on what you're trying to add. Balance types are all about taking all the skills you learned in the previous lessons and putting it in the balance type. Now for performance tips, I do have a few solid tips. Flat Spike is a pretty interesting one. It has a spike, which is pretty stamina-y, but when it gets hit, it'll destabilize and begin to act more attackative. Both of these stats are mediocre though, since it's a balance between the two. Another one I like, Semi-Flat, this performance tip right here. As you can see, it's flat on the tip, but also has a bit of a spike, so it has attack and stamina. Again, both mediocre. Whole flat is basically like a flat, so lots of friction, lots of attack, but a hole. So, more stamina, decreased attack power. And one final one, I'd say. CS. Coding Sharp. or coating spike. Both of them are applicable. It has a little ball in the center, plastic ball. Mine's kind of worn, so it's kind of pushed in. But in a new one, or one that's not so worn, this little ball pokes out. So you can have stamina and defense and attack. Basically, the ball is, when it's stable, the ball will be making the contact, good stamina. When it gets destabilized, it'll be pushed over. The rubber will be making contact, good for attack and for defense. Besides that, just remember, a bounce type is the Blader's Canvas. I'm not sure if I've mentioned this in a previous video, but a common saying amongst Bladers is attack types will beat stamina types will beat defense types will beat attack types, and bounce types, no advantages, no disadvantages, of course varying from bounce type to bounce type. This is sometimes true and is sometimes not true. In my previous videos, stamina types and defense types almost always won. Attack types rarely won. Why? Because until this very day, I did not have a stadium with gaps for nice knockouts. I only had enclosed stadiums where it's very hard for attack types to win. So whenever you hear or think of that attack type, stamina type, defense type, attack type, bounce type, that only applies to stadiums where it is easy to get a knockout. Very important to keep in mind. And that's why I like stamina types the best, because in some stadiums, they are the hardest to beat. So that's the end of this Beyblade type lesson series. But don't fret, there will be more Beyblade videos. I'll see you in the next one.